Something like that. Have fun. I'm having fun. 66, 76, 86, 16, 6, 29, whatever. I want to name this video, I Want You to Love Your Life. I want you to love your life. You deserve to love your life. All the pain and suffering and death will come, and I'm sorry. That's part of it. But if there's not beauty and joy and love, there should be. You deserve it. You are that. You are that. I'm having a staycation. I'm at the university library. The students are gone for Christmas break. It's Tuesday. This will be closed on Saturday. So yesterday was fun. I have 5 days. Yesterday, today, Wednesday, Thursday, I may be with friends for an old man get together, and then Friday. So yeah, it's kind of nice. 77 graduates, about half a dozen of us get together once every 2 months. Not enough, but fantastic compared to not doing it. Knowing people you've known since you were, kindergarten or first grade or fifth grade. Friends that you've known for 50 years, that's pretty special. And what's it called? Comfort level. Comfort's really, we know each other, the good and the bad, our personalities. And we care about each other and support each other as best we can, I guess. Listen, got to witness. You have to witness. We need to testify too, but witness. Yeah, this brown leather necklace, I guess you'd call it. That's 77, baby. That just brings me back, and I feel naked without it. And the one broke. What's today? Last week. It broke last week. So I already have some leather at home and just tied up a new one. And don't want to live without it. And if this Navajo necklace breaks again, I'll take it down to get it fixed and put that. I don't have any rings, don't have any tattoos, don't have any earrings, but I've got these two, and I'd feel bad if I didn't have them. You've got your own thing that makes you special, or it's one thing that makes you special. A lot of things make you special, and that's one thing. Maybe you really like rings, or I'm getting old. What would you call these? Wristbands. This is a sad one. Oh my God, I think I've had this, I'm going to say 6 years. At least 5, maybe 7, I don't know. Maybe more than that. My brother, his youngest son got brain cancer and died when he was 4. And this was when he was alive, to try to promote good energy. I remember visiting when he was there. His head was shaved, and he was playing on the ground with his two older brothers. Should teach us to revere life. Revere life. He was a great little kid. I'll always remember him. And he's buried right next to my brother. So when I visit the graveyard, I think of both of them. I want you to love your life. And everybody else's. I taught government, taught history. My degree's in political science. Studied public administration in graduate school. Ended up getting a master's in teaching instead, much later. Politics is important, but it's really here. More than here. It's here. Do you care about other humans? Oh, I care about others. Okay, how much do you care about other humans? Easy to say. Most religions will say that they're loving and caring. Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists. It's easy to talk's cheap. What do you do to help other people? I don't care what color of skin you have, where you're from. I don't care about your religion. I don't care if you have a religion. I don't have a religion. I don't want one. A lot of war, a lot of death, a lot of violence, a lot of hatred, abuse. I'll just take the good philosophy that I can find wherever I can find it, including religions. Above all things, love each other deeply. That's from the Bible. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. What's the greatest commandment? Love God and love each other with all your heart. I'll go with that. I'm not a Christian, but I like those. And when Jesus says it's easy to see the dust in your neighbor's eye, but not the log in your own. Easy to judge others, even though you should be looking at your own stuff. That's a good teaching for us to remember. Now, the Buddha said it about 500 years before. Give thought to what you do or do not do, and not what others do or do not do. And I'm sure it was said 500 years before that by somebody. A lot of times it's what we don't do. We act like this, I can't get involved, or slavery, or segregation, or concentrated wealth, tax cuts for the rich. Hey, I don't have nothing to do with that. Well, you do. What you do in your society, or what you don't do. Just watch it. Some of the best people I ever knew were teachers I worked with at Springdale High School. Awesome people. Great teachers and stewards of teenagers. But if I tried to get people together to talk about how many kids a day we had, how big our classes were, how many preps we might have to teach, which takes a lot of time to get a prep ready for, I would have history and government, but if I had three, oh my God. How many planning periods you got? Nobody would come to the meeting that I would call, maybe 1 out of 100. They would complain in the lounge. They would complain in the lounge, but wouldn't fight for it. Wouldn't fight for smaller classes, which are better for teachers and students. I think it was Bill Gates, who doesn't know much about education, acts like these smart people, actually not smart people, rich people, act like they know a lot about things they don't know. I remember him saying something like, It's better to have a good teacher in front of a big class than a bad teacher in front of a small class. Okay, okay. How about a good teacher in front of a small class? My classes were always big, 25, 28, 30. It's hard to get to everybody. It's hard to, give me a class of 20. 20. 20 is nice. 20 is a good number, something like that. A friend of mine that was a teacher at Fayetteville High School, really good. Uh, Western Civ, I forget what he taught. Um, but he said that one of his best years was in Hawaii because he had 5 classes, 20 kids apiece, and 2 planning periods. So he had classes where everybody could participate and feel a part, small enough for that. And then he had 2 planning periods to get everything ready and grading, not just getting things ready, but grading what they've done and preparing the next lesson plan. So we can, it's like I said, it's easy to talk the talk. We believe in education, well, but not if you create too much in the form of big classes and too much work for a teacher. And I'll tell you another thing. Some of the high schools around here, not just around here, but gigantic high schools, 2,000, 3,000. And studies show this isn't good for these kids because you don't feel a part of anything. You don't feel belonging. There's too many people. It's too hard to make the teams, too hard to make the basketball team, the football team, too hard to make the band. So all these people, man, I love band, but I'm like 4th chair. So I don't get to participate. 700 to 900, I think, because that way you have enough to have AP classes or variety of classes, languages. I'll say 1,000, 700 to 1,000. But when you start getting 2,000 and above, that's basically so you can have a good football team. Or at least around here, that's what happened. The daddies wanted, and they also brought up the 9th graders, partly because, man, this guy, he could play quarterback as a 9th grader. It's not for the kids. You don't have gigantic schools for the kids. I think 9th grade is when the grades start, and you can start taking AP in 9th grade. I think they're too young to have so 9th grade you could be 14, and you're in with a 12th grader who could be 18. That's not good. And what happens if an 18-year-old and a 14-year-old start to date? Yeah, we do a lot of things for the wrong reasons. And as I said before, sometimes it's what you do or what you don't do. Like you can say, well, I didn't do all that. You didn't do all that, but what did you do to try to prevent it? What did you do to try to fight for smaller schools and for better education? What are we doing to help create? I want you to love your life. And the way we love our lives is to live in a community of love and togetherness and belonging and mutual support. We act like we can fight like dogs for material wealth. And then if there's a catastrophe like a flood or a tornado or hurricane, we're supposed to be able to come together. Hey, let's look how much these people love each other. But they not before the catastrophe. Very unequal. I don't think you can really love your community if you support a terribly unequal society, which is what we have become. Terribly unequal, very much concentrated wealth, and people struggling. I think I just read 1/3 of, and I think it's more than that, 1/3 of America rents, and their median net worth is $10,000. So they have this much money. If something bad happens, they got nothing. What's 1/3 of America? 120 million? And when we talk about poverty, right above poverty, probably for another, I don't know, 50 million. People are struggling too, and getting nowhere fast. Housing being bought up by really rich people and their organizations and the hedge funds and private equity firms and banks, and then rented out at high prices for profit, not for the community, for profit. And the shareholders, hey, we only made 10% last year. We need to make at least 15, at least maybe 20. It's not about loving each other. You can talk about the free market, but it's not free. You got lawyers and lobbyists. And you buy the Supreme Court. You buy a politician. It's not free. It's not free enterprise. It's been polluted. The obscenity of mammon, avarice. We let that take over our lives, our country, our planet. So now we destroy the earth with global warming, burning of gas, coal, and oil in particular, for hundreds of years, or at least over 100 years. And because we're so addicted to this system, where the rich are controlling all this stuff, and we just do like we're told. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes, yes. That we can't change, and so we continue to kill the earth, kill our home, and kill God. If you want to talk about what God is, God's got to be the earth. You think? Creation, destroying creation, burning it up, and doing nothing about it. Easy to deny. I don't see it. I don't believe in global warming. We just elected a president that said that. Denies, like my dad when he was an alcoholic. Denial. Ended up getting taken out of the living room on a stretcher with paramedics. So I don't want to hear a bunch of preaching by people about how much they love God and love each other like the greatest commandment is supposed to be. I don't see it. Do not see it. I just hear, hypocrisy. Love of money, what's it called? Gospel of wealth. Yeah, it's kind of changed from Jesus saying, sell all your stuff and give the money to the poor. No, that's not what people want to do. It's the gospel of wealth. Hey, I have billions of dollars. That's because God loves me. It's a lot different. I want you to love your life. And your life is connected to everything else. Our lives are connected. You can love your life and not be greedy and selfish. You can love your life. You can't love your life and be greedy and selfish because you're disconnecting from the others and other life forms and the planet, even the things that aren't alive, which were also created. I think I'll stop and start another one. You can get bored with listening to an old man, I know that. Just trying to do my part to say something. Say something of value. Because you're worth it. We're worth it.